Good morning, my friends. Headlines again on Monday. If you are an employee, you must have been through something like this in workplace. Someone undermined you in a meeting, opposed your stance, and you guys went head-to-head. And the feud might escalate if you two hold a grudge against each other after the meeting. Apparently, this wasn't going to do your business any good, especially if you two were collectively responsible for the job. Today's episode is going to help you deal with the situation. The columnist is the experienced career transition coach, whom I believe we could tap for advice. Well, I forgot to explain undermine. Undermine means to weaken or sabotage. Say undermine the feeling or confidence or chance, 削弱人的情感呀、信心呀，以及减少他的机会。Undermine the system, 破坏系统。If you undermine someone, you just destroyed his confidence or authority, Okay, for your reference, Anna in this article is a coachee according to the columnist. This article is inspired by Anna's experience. Anna remarked that he felt unsupported by a colleague who she thought tried to sabotage her during team meetings rather than having her back. Her coworker Dina seems to relish the opportunity to find something critical to say, shoot down Anna's ideas, and rally others to an opposing viewpoint. The situation understandably caused Anna to feel vulnerable, doubt herself, and lose trust in a relationship she valued. Well, remark. Remark is to talk casually, make a comment, 说起什么事情或者是评论。He remarked that there was no respite in his job. 那另外呢 remark 还有 notice 或者是 perceive 的意思。比如说 he remarked an anger in her tone, 注意到他语气里的一些愤怒。Sabotage is to destroy something deliberately, 蓄意破坏。You could say sabotage someone, 给谁捣乱 or sabotage an effort, attempt, or performance, or career. Next, if you relish something, you enjoy it very much. The objects could be something tangible or immaterial. Say relish the food or relish the opportunities or challenge. 享受美食或者是享受这种挑战的感觉。Another collocation is relish an idea or a thought or a prospect. It means that you long for it or wish it happen. For example, she's relishing the idea of traveling abroad. Relish 后面接想法或者是前景，它一般表达的是一种憧憬。Shoot down one's idea is to reject the idea. Rally 学过了，集结 rally others to an opposing viewpoint. 集结了其他人去支持一个相反的观点。You know that majority of today's language points are packed in the first paragraph. The following parts or strategies to repair the situation is going to be easy and frictionless, so I'll go over them quickly, okay? First, look at your own behavior. Anna realized that the first step in changing the dynamic between her and Dina was to look at the ways she shared feedback with Dina and others on her team. 那首先呢，要去思考如何改善与同事之间的互动方式。Dynamic 这里不是活力的意思，而是一种互动的方式。Well, next, make an effort to recognize wins. Recognize wins is to acknowledge wins. 认可某人的获胜的。Please don't draw a circle around the meaning of recognize with 认出。Recognize one's contribution, recognize an academic degree 都是在表达认可一个东西。那第二步呢，就是要去努力的认可别人的成功。Make an effort to recognize wins. You could regard it as an active example of what the book 中式英语之剑 condemned. In the context, since people in most cases are too proud to recognize others' win, so getting over our pride is like trying to get rid of gravity, and it requires efforts. Next strategy, model how to reframe feedback. The columnist suggested following any critical comment with but or and statement because, offering constructive feedback is far better than a categorical denial. 用 but 或者是 and 去引导一个建设性的意见，把对方的注意力从前半句的质疑和否定引导到后半句的建议上。Check in with your manager. Anna wanted to gauge her boss's perception of the dynamics playing out at staff meeting to check her own perceptions of Dina's negative behavior and be sure her interpretation was accurate. Check in with your manager actually is to get feedback from your boss about your work. 这里就是汇报的意思。Weekly check-in 周汇报通常是一对一的。Gauge the boss's perception of dynamics playing out at staff meetings. Gauge 衡量判断 play out 事情的发展和展开，这两个都学过了。 On top of seeking support from others, it's essential to seek internal validation. 除了找到外界对自己的认可，最重要的还是找到自己给自己的内在确认。When we're criticized, we can become insecure or defensive, which inhibits our growth. To get better at seeking internal validation, try to carve out time at the end of each day to reflect by writing down what went well, what you accomplished, and your strengths or skills. Carve out time is to spend some time. Finally, you could ask your coworker for help. Anna addressed her discomfort directly with Dina by swallowing her pride and asking her for help. The request became a turning point for their professional relationship. Anna no longer felt unsupported by this colleague. While this comment may feel undermined, unappreciated, or unsupported by your coworkers, it could result in loss of trust with teammates, as well as a feeling of self-doubt. And the best way out is always through. You face it and you fix it. This is Headlines. I'll see you next time.